All right, we are doing the May 1st version. It's been 30 days since I started recording. So we've kind of lost control of the weeds and the onions, but they're doing okay. So I'm not too worried about them. We do pick a few weeds there. So we'll go rows first. We have finished weeding the carrots. We did end up with some carrots that are actually developing. So we didn't think we were going to get any, but we have. So there we go. We actually pulled up a few baby carrots. This was our turnips, beets, and radishes. We have switched those over. Terry's plant stand gave us free tomatoes yesterday because it is way too late to plant them. But I figured I was done with this bed, so might as well give it a shot. Strawberries, we just put some straw mulch on them. Strawberries, they're setting nice. Some of them are growing really well. See how that turns out. Then we have zucchini and squash. We got some good ones. Some that are struggling with all these storms. Problem we've had, too much rain, too cool of nights. Not exactly what gardens strive for. So we come in here and we've got peppers. This is our test plot for peppers and tomatoes. Tomatoes doing really well. You can see we're covered with straw mulch here. Shake it off. That's a celebrity tomato. That's doing really well. Actually better than most of the ones in the buckets, which tells you that I've got soil issues. We'll fix that next year. More tomatoes. And then we just threw in a couple. This is just an unused bed. So we threw in a couple okras to see how that works out. So we'll come back over here. We'll take you on the peas and cucumbers first. Then we will, after that, look at our tomatoes and how well they're doing. Cucumbers have decided to take off. They just weren't doing well in the cool and wet temperatures, or the cool and wet environment. So they're taking off. Got a little trellis here to help them go up. These are all pickling cucumbers here. These are late plants. These are only, I think I planted these less than a month ago, so they're already doing well. These I planted 2 months ago. They're bush cucumbers. Not doing very well. That's all right. Now, let's get to shelling peas. They have exploded. So we have a lot of shelling peas. Matter of fact, we need to pick some here today. So doing well there. The normal peas, the sugar snaps are not doing as well. Once again, I call this the desert buckets. Nothing. Can't get anything to grow in it, and I don't know why, but no seeds will pop up out of there. We come through. Got more beans. These are going to be Blue Lake Bush green beans. Everything's getting a late start because it's just been too wet and too cold. Okra starting to set. Doing well. Expanding. Moving on. Okay. We'll go backwards through the tomatoes. Tomatoes doing really well. Getting a lot of good growth out of them. We're actually starting to get some buds. As you can see, a lot of these are determinate tomatoes. As we get to the tall cages, these are indeterminates. They're starting to poke through. I'm guiding them through the cage as we walk through. These are doing really, really well. Then I've got, it's amazing how like two of the same plant planted right next to each other, and one does really well, going all the way to the top, and the other one doesn't do as well. So, all right, so we're looking here, and we've got the peppers are doing really well. I did some additional supplemental planting to make sure I got good production. They're doing well, all the way down to cayennes. This cayenne, this guy's going crazy. We got some sweet peppers, and I'm having a lot of bug problems, but I'm trying to avoid any chemicals. So the only thing I've used is diatomaceous earth, which is food grade. So got eggplants. Squash is doing really, really well. So I'm getting a shadow here. More squash, more squash. Broccoli starting to sprout, but I have a feeling it's going to bolt here in a minute because of the heat. And then if you look here, I've got some cabbage. I really don't know what I'm doing with this stuff. So cabbage, it looks like Swiss cabbage, but it's not. It's just getting eaten by bugs. And then I got one that's not getting touched by bugs. Looking beautiful. So there's the inside of the garden. The storms last night almost wiped out our corn, which is okay. We're learning. So we come around here. Fruit trees, they're setting really nice. We'll get them through the year in buckets, watering them heavy. Then we'll plant them next year. New sets of cucumbers, planted these about probably 2 weeks ago. They're doing well for a little cage here. These were planted about 5 days prior to that. They're starting to do well, wanting to lean opposite, so we'll have to guide them. And then this is what wind does to corn. So I did learn the other day, I let it be after a windstorm and they perked back up when the sun came out. So we'll see. And then the best part, let's go check the blueberries. I don't know why I say it like that, but the blueberries are exploding. They like the wet weather. So as you can see, these things are producing just unlimited amounts of blueberries. As you can see, I mean, this is just one branch right here. One branch putting out all those blueberries. You look all the way down. These are good. These should be ripening probably a little bit later than normal because the colder, wetter temperatures. So we're thinking that these will probably set middle of June, start ripening, and we'll pull them off. But you can just see that there's just thousands upon thousands. Some of them, if you look and see, actually are already starting to ripen a little bit, but that still means they're about 3 weeks away, early June. So we'll have some late June. This plant's going to be early June. So you can see they've got a purplish tint to them. This one's doing decent. It never really fills out very well. We're not sure why. But once again, just this plant alone, thousands and thousands of blueberries. So if you come back, kind of this is the gold mine. When you get back into these little corners, you're going to see it's just literally as many blueberries as you can see. All right. Blueberries are doing well. Amazon packages picked up. Got some big piles of trash to burn. Let's go check other side of the road. See what those blueberries look like. And we'll be done. Yeah, getting some decent production. These, believe it or not, opposite side of the road, I don't know if they're a different variety, but they actually have a little more tart flavor to them, and they don't produce as many. As you can see, there's a lot, but there's just not as many as those other bushes do. So this is a pretty good little batch. These are much harder to get to. They produce more on the top, so you kind of got to wiggle your way back there, watch out for snakes, and then you can get them. Pecan trees coming in nice. Doing well. So this is our early May update. All right.